Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is look at this browser extension, the Pinterest Pinit browser extension. This one happens to be in Chrome, and I got that from the Chrome um, store extensions, the Pinit button. And there's a few other tools for Pinterest as well, but this is the one that I'm using here. And once it's installed, it looks like this, and there's just there's one option here which I may mention a bit later, and that is to hide hovering pin it buttons, and I'll show you that what that means later, and you might want to hide them. Okay, so that's the pin it button, right? So for whatever browser you're doing, you're using, you just need to add that as an extension. That's beyond the scope of this particular demo, but we may make another demo for that. So the idea is that your browser has this functionality. What that means is I can pin this URL and it will look for an image on this page. Now you'll notice there's two images here, and it will allow me to very easily add that to my Pinterest board. Now, what I need to be is logged in to my Pinterest account, otherwise it won't know where to pin it. So if you're logged in as I am here, that's fine in the same browser. That will work. If you're not, it will just prompt you to log in. Okay, so the idea is, here I am on this page. Now I've already created a pin for this, so let's go to the next earring set, which are these lovely little dolphins here. Okay, and that's the title there. Right, so now what I'm going to do is press the pin it icon up there. Okay, and now as you can see, it's asking me which image I want to pin. This image on the left-hand side is in my sidebar, so that's going to come up each time. This is the image that I actually want to pin. So then I press pin it. Now because I'm logged in this browser, it's going straight to my account, and it's asking me which board, as you can see, this pull down here, and it seems to remember the last board used, so I don't really even need to click on that. But notice this, the description has been populated by the title. Which is a really useful thing. And the image is there already. So I just pin it there, and I can see it now, and it brings it up in Pinterest. Okay, so this is South Sea Artisans there, and if you look down in the bottom left here, as I hover over this image, it's got the right URL already done, and you'll notice that the description is correctly populated as well from the title. Okay, so I'll just cancel out of that. And then if I click on this, it should open on the correct page on my website, which it does, hopefully. Yep, there we are. Okay, so as you can see, that was really easy to do. And I can just go through this. Okay, there's the next set of earrings. Pin that. That image. It's got the album that the board that I selected previously. The description's populated. I pin that. Yep, and I don't even need to see it. Right? So so I can just go through and quickly add all of these earrings. So you've seen that process. You may also have noticed as I was hovering over this image, that little hover pin it kind of tool appeared there. And that in the options for the extension is this one here. Now, you may wish to hide this, and the reason you may wish to hide it is because it may not always work well. So for example, as you can see, watch what happens as I see how that pin it button there kind of disappears. Sometimes it doesn't disappear and sometimes it does. The reason for that is that as I go off this image, the pin it button disappears. But the problem is I've got to kind of get there really quickly to keep that pin it button visible before it disappears. So there's a kind of a delay, but it's a really short delay. Anyway, I can use it to pin as well. There we go. So I click on that, and the same thing happens as if I was using that button up there. Okay, so I can pin that. That's done. And I can move on to the next one. And as you can see, I've done 3 already, and it's been far easier than the manual method that I was displaying before. Okay, and I can go back to my Pinterest account. Right. And hopefully all those pins will be in this board. Oh, I might need to refresh. Yes, there they are. So that is a very easy way to add shop items on your website to Pinterest boards. Do remember that you need to stabilize the URLs to each of these shop items, and depending on your shopping cart, the URL may be automatically generated from the title, so you need to stabilize the title of each of your items as well. But once you've done that, the actual process of pinning is pretty straightforward, and that allows you to harness the power of Pinterest. So I hope that's been useful. Thanks very much.